Hey everybody, Zac here from Reptile Creation, and tonight I wanted to share some of my geckos during feeding time. As you can see, this girl right here is super hungry. This is the first Belle albino that I ever produced myself. I'm super happy with her and I'm very excited to breed her for the first time this year. Here she's going to go down on a superworm. I'm going to get that thing. Feeding time is always one of the most exciting times. I'm sure most of you guys would agree. It's part of, the biggest interaction you get to have with your reptiles, watching them eat. So it's a lot of fun. Here I've got my first leopard gecko indica that I ever got, having a big yawn. And here's my mealworm tub. I've been breeding my own mealworms for a long time, so I don't have to purchase those. Feeding a gecko colony can get expensive. So here's one of my hatchlings from last season. This is a high yellow hypo carrot tail pairing to a G project, and I've been super excited about all the geckos that I've gotten from this pairing. It's been a lot of fun seeing them come out. They've got great colors, and as I was saying in my last video, all the hatchlings that I've gotten from my first leopard gecko indica are, as I said, bomb proof. They're super easy to handle. They all eat, they grow really quickly, and I'm super excited to continue with those genetics in a couple projects that I'm going to be working on in the coming year. This gecko right here is also from that pairing, and it's got the same kind of pattern on her back as her mother does, being all very reduced with just a couple spots in the center there. Next up we have another one just like the same last one. They pretty much look like they might have been clutch mates, but this one has a bit of a brighter yellow on her back and the spots are a little bit more reduced. If you see them in the right light, which I can't get on the camera, they almost have a bit of a lavender kind of color, which is really awesome. But as you can see, I'm trying to hand feed her here and she's scurrying away from me. I love to hand feed my geckos when I have the time to. So right here, I'm just waiting for her to get it. Leopard geckos can nip you every so often if you try and do this, but it doesn't hurt. They don't bite nearly hard enough for that to be the case. But next up, I'm going to move on to feeding some of my adults, starting with some of my superworms. Most of my adult leopard geckos eat superworms exclusively. Here we've got my Enigma, Tangerine Enigma. She's a little bit stressed out sometimes, so I'm not going to pull the hide off of her. But here's one of the geckos who are from the same pairing of my high yellow hypo carrot tail to the G project that is not from last season, but from 2 seasons ago. And this girl is going to be a breeder this year. I'm very excited about that. And here is the female Tremper albino giant jungle that I was talking about. I just love the way these geckos look. The Tremper albino giant jungles are one of my favorite combinations out there. So I'm super pleased to have this project on the go this year. And here he is, the big huge male. And this guy's over 10 inches long. He's a really big gecko, and I just love him. He's great. Fantastic looking guy. I did try and breed him last year, but unfortunately I never got any eggs from that pairing, so I have my fingers crossed for this year because I'm going to be putting him to a couple females. So I'll leave you with Pi, my rescue. He's a 3-legged gecko, and I named him after the pi sequence because 3.14 is kind of the nub. Have a good one, everybody.